Hey Ryan.
Hey, so you said last week that you wish my hair was floofy, right?
Yes, floofed. We would love to see the floof.
How's that? It's
I
so
love it.
floofy. It's
I
so
love it.
floofy. I can't even get
Can
my
you
camera
see?
to focus.
It's
Well,
not.
no, I can't see either. I'm a shaggy dog. So yeah, see, are you happy? Is this what you
Yes,
wanted?
I that is exactly what I wanted. Thank you so much for doing this for me and
This is
us.
the worst. Don't focus on my shoe.
There you go. It's focused on you now.
There. Oh God. So hi.
Hi
Oh yeah,
Ryan.
welcome to a conversation with Judy and Ryan.
Yes, it's
Drop
us.
it every Tuesday
Tuesday,
for you
sometimes
guys.
Thursdays, right?
Yeah, hey, I'm doing good,
You're doing
okay?
great. I love it.
You're, you're like, you're doing great. I don't want to ruin this. He's
We are
finally on
we
track,
have
so
a
let's keep it going.
momentum going. I love
Oh
it.
man.
So I on Spotify I turned on my notifications that whenever we get like new episodes, it'll like give me a little notification. So I was like, oh, he uploaded our episode. Look at him
Yup.
go.
Yup. I even had to get on you a little bit. I mean,
We're
I
doing
was
good.
like, "Hey, Judy, I don't really see this video file anywhere."
I know. I was like, oh, I try to upload it as soon as we are done recording. I put it in the Google Share Drive, but I just forget sometimes. So
I
I'm
know.
doing
I
better. I'm doing
honestly
better.
like I'm you're fine. I wasn't upset in any way, shape, or form. Look at you, like just using my while I'm talking, you're just gonna use the video screen as a mirror. You
I don't know.
dick.
I think it's like the white top is just making me look so washed out. Like I promise I'm a little tanner. Like,
You're like
oh,
You're like, something's off, so I'm just gonna ignore everything Ryan's saying right
I'm
now and focus on.
listening. Stop.
No,
Yes,
no.
I'm listening.
Hold on. I can't. I thought I would be able to do this for this show. I cannot.
He can't.
Oh,
Whoosh.
oh, I can see. Oh, oh,
Did you wear your hair like that to work? Or
oh,
did you just
God,
do it
no.
tonight?
I just did it when I got home. Oh, God, no. My hair, I mean, so I wasn't planning on doing the fro like this,
Hmm.
but my hair today at work had this like, you know how I get that curl that comes down?
Yeah,
It
your
was,
little Clark Kent.
yeah, it
Yes.
was doing a weird side thing. And I felt like the bad guy in the show Doug, which I get it, is so topical.
The
Everyone is just gonna be
the
like, oh
blue
yes,
guy?
Doug. No, that was Skeeter. That was the best
No,
friend.
no, but oh no, he was green.
Yeah, he was green.
Yes, okay.
I think his name was Ralph. Either way, he like
Ralph.
his hair would be slicked to the side, and it felt like weird and emo. Like I felt like Black Peter Parker in Spider-Man 3 that went to the jazz club. Even more
Oh,
topical. Bam.
yes. Yes. Where he starts doing that weird dancing thing. Do you remember? Okay, you have to insert the clip somehow because you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, oh yeah, sorry, no. Your rendition of it was so funny. It like
And they start doing like those finger points. Oh my God. Tobey Maguire, he
he
was
was
not my
he,
favorite Spider-Man, but
oh really? I loved him. Oh, I loved him.
yeah.
Okay, so let me guess. Tom Holland is for you then?
Yes, but only because I think he fits Spider-Man better. Like he's like a kid. I felt that Tobey Maguire and even Andrew Garfield were like way too old to be playing some kind of teen.
But
Like,
they okay, I'll give you Andrew Garfield that he was too old, but they cast his girlfriend in that movie to be like even in high school at a super science lab where they're doing, CIA type science work. That's a bad
Well,
description. Either way. But
yeah, I get it. Yeah,
like
Kirsten Dunst, and then yeah.
well, no, I'm saying like I think the casting was just weird in the Amazing Spider-Man series in general, but in Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3 with Tobey Maguire, he was not supposed to be a teen. He was literally moved out and living on his own by like 45 minutes into the first movie. It was like Uncle Ben was shot, and then boom, he's on his own.
No, he was in high school.
No, they montaged all of that out.
No, they didn't.
Oh, Judy, you were too busy making out with whomever you went to the movies with to notice.
Okay, Spider-Man 1 came out in like 2001. I was like 11, Ryan. Who are we making out with at 11 years old?
Okay, look, don't make me feel old again. Okay, it's bad enough that last week you reminded me of the 20-year. Okay. I was a sophomore in high school when that movie came out.
It's okay.
Give it to me again.
So I'm checking in for my flight in case you're wondering what I'm doing. I'm like, it's at 9:11. I'm supposed to check in.
In the show, I'm just like, oh, she's just doing her thing. It's fine.
No, I was
whatever Queen Judy wants. You and your cabinet need to have a meeting.
Okay, no, sorry. What I was saying was when you said I make you feel old, I do to my husband all the time because my husband's 7 years older than me. And so, he talks about like, oh, I remember buying this CD in like 1995. I go, oh, I was like 4 or 5 years old.
Dude, that's
he just looks at me like, Judy. Why
Alex
did you say it like
to
this?
Me. Alex does it because it's just as bad because we got the 10-year difference. Oh man, I swear to God, one time I was at my parents' house. I think it was 4th of July.
Okay.
And so other people, there was guests coming over, right? Because they weren't having like a full party, but they were having people over.
Mm-hmm.
And I met this couple, and the lady comes up to me and Alex and says, oh, so you brought your son and daughter?
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
Oh, what? That's annoying. I'm annoyed by that. Ew.
Ever since then, the joke around my mom's house is, Ryan, you brought the kids with you.
No. I can't believe someone would actually say that to your face, though. Like,
because they didn't think that they thought that it was my kid.
Well,
I don't know if it's more insulting. Like, hey, no, she looks way older than that, hey, no, I don't look old enough to have a daughter this old.
Yeah,
like that. Now that
like, how young do they think Alex is? That also kind of gives, like, how old do you think she really is?
I mean, like, let's say on the young end, she can pass for 16.
Okay.
And that's me taking 11 years off of her life. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
That would still put me at, and I know that this happens, but 21.
I mean, it's doable. It doesn't sound as bad when you say it like that.
And then somehow I guess I made a mistake early in life with the first mom and then knocked up a white lady later on, because how else could I have children so different in ethnicity? Honestly,
you can have different baby mamas. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm not going to lie. At the time, I wasn't upset about it at all. I thought it was funny. But now that I'm hearing it, I think I did have some repressed anger towards this moment in time.
Well, yeah.
It's some good therapy.
You're like,
You know, it's
wow, you
funny.
just unlocked something. Okay.
I wrote down so many things, but since I could just talk to you, it's so awesome. We might not even get to any of them at this point. Because just for anyone who's wondering, I didn't want her to see the hair. So we didn't meet. She hopped on and bam, we started.
Yeah,
So who
Ryan.
knows where we're going?
I know Ryan texted me like 3 minutes before. I was like, oh, he's like, hey, where you at? I'm like, oh, damn. I'm usually early
Oh,
these days.
no, 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 no.
Let me put some
Pause.
clothes on.
Brrr, brrr.
What?
Pause.
What?
Pause. Because this is how people turn me into the dick of the show. Okay. This is how I specifically texted you. Hold on. Because I'm going to get it out so I don't misquote. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Because this is how it turns it. Ryan, why are you so hard on Judy? She's doing the best she can. Right? Why you got to be so. No.
Okay. Sorry.
So I texted you.
Mm-hmm.
Where you is LOL.
Yes,
So that you would know that I was being like, hey, like, what's good? You good? Like, I just want to make sure. And then you come in like, where are you?
Where you at?
Where you at? Hurry it up.
Hurry up, bitch. No, I'm just kidding. You would never say that.
Oh God.
Oh man, no, sorry. I just had to put clothes. Like so at night I wear like some raggedy ass shirts, right? What? Because who cares? I was like, okay, I can't show like I have holes in my shirt on this show. Let me put some clothes on.
So no, I want you to understand. Like, I only check in because honestly, the last month you've checked in with me.
I have, yeah.
Like right. 10 minutes before. So this was more just me being like, I mean, like, I had to do all of this, right? I had to
You were preparing yourself, yeah.
Right? Yeah. So obviously here I am just waiting to present myself to you. But also then it's later in the day and I'm like, yo, she usually texts me by now. I hope maybe she forgot or I don't know. I'm trying to be friendly. So I put in LOL and now here I am just being like, yo, bitch, run me my podcast.
Oh, I know. Anyways, my bad. I don't mean for that to come out that way.
It's okay. Honestly, like I said, it's not you. It's more just me understanding what's going to happen, you know.
just preparing yourself for the lash back.
Pretty much.
Like, because I know
I'm going to say some stuff at some point that's going to get it. So, like, honestly, V said something in Twitter. It might have been earlier today or whenever, and
oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And I feel, I don't know why, but it's one of those things that I feel like I need to be disrespectful towards in only the way that I can.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
No, I know. It was the tweet where she was talking about going to the Taylor Swift concert.
Yes.
You know, and she's talking about going into a new phase of her life, the phase of motherhood. And I'm just like, I really like this person, but I hate this tweet so much.
She's just in her feelings, okay?
I get that. And I'm not saying she shouldn't be allowed to be in her feelings. And that is what is amazing about Twitter is that it is so expressive and you can be whoever you want to be, whether that's yourself, whether that's someone else. It's just, you know, look, we're having a conversation, Judy. Okay, that's all this is. I'm conversing with my friend about another friend while that first friend doesn't listen to me because something's got her eye in the corner.
I'm looking for my water. I'm listening though. I heard you. You're a friend who's conversing with another friend talking about. I'm listening. I feel like you don't listen, but I'm saying I listen. Okay.
How'd you lose the BWG?
I think I left it in the living room, but it's okay.
Oh no!
I only thought about it because I was looking at my supplements, and then I reverted back to our last episode. I'm like, I didn't take my supplements tonight, but I'll do it after.
That's tasty. That's refreshing.
Anyways,
Do you
yes.
Pause and get your water.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I'll do it before our next half.
Yeah, I'm sure somehow someone's like, Ryan the slave driver makes Judy do the entire podcast with no water. Oh man. But no, going back to what we were saying, like
Yeah.
social media, it's awesome that it allows people to be who they want to be to an extent. Obviously, we've dealt with a lot of censorship and people going over to other sites. I guess I was in my head, I was talking about Twitter specifically. Sorry. So there's been more censorship on Twitter. So people have gone over to other sites similar. I believe one would be called Rumble, which
one is that? What is that?
It's supposed to be like, look, the way that I understand it, it's like Republican Twitter. Okay.
Oh, is that Trump's Twitter?
No, it's not Trump's Twitter specifically, and I don't mean it like in a disrespectful way. It's just like it seems like the people who go on that website lean more that way, and just like you can argue the people on Twitter lean more left, you know.
Okay, interesting.
I'm saying you can make the argument.
Fair, yeah, fair, yeah, right? Yeah.
So
also Twitter. I tweeted our last episode, and they gave me like this sensitive warning on it, saying like this tweet may I gotta read it. I gotta read it to you guys because I go, why the hell is Twitter censoring this? I'm just trying to like talk about my podcast.
Full episode?
Yeah. Yeah, I just tweeted like the link to the Spotify.
Okay. Well, no, I'm thinking like because I'll post the clips, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe if it was a clip where I didn't correctly put out the audio on a cuss word or something.
No. It was okay. So you know how I tweet the link saying like, oh, this episode, Ryan did this. I talked about this, blah, 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 right? So this one, it says...
Yes, I'm totally aware of that.
It says, we flagged this tweet for sensitive content. It says, we put a warning message on these tweets because they might have sensitive content like nudity, sexual content, violence, gore, or hateful symbols. I went to appeal this and I go, I'm just trying to talk about my podcast here. Why are you censoring this? And then they got back to me. They said, sorry, after review of... It said, after review, we removed the sensitive content warning from your tweet. Twitter, what are we doing here?
Honestly, because here's another thing. It could have been when you called me racist.
Okay? No, like
I'm just saying, there's a lot of moments that can get us in trouble, Judy. We have to be adults about this fucking show.
I didn't call you a racist on this tweet.
Oh, I don't know. I just assumed it was the most recent show. I don't know.
No, I said how your work is ghetto AF, and I just talked about how privileged I was. I don't know.
Wait, you said ghetto?
Did I say ghetto? Or did I say hood AF? Let me verify what I actually said.
Don't even know what you put.
I put Ryan's workplace is ghetto AF. Tune in.
Oh, okay. So
anyway,
I was about to no. I was about to go on a tangent because I have more stories from the workplace.
Oh my God, I love these stories. I was re-listening to our last week's episode. I am just cracking up. I don't mess with no white woman. I'm just listening to the car cracking
up. Oh, it was a good one. That was fun. But no, I do have a story related to a coworker from work. But since we were talking about social media, I just came across this story. I guess Utah is going to become the first state to require parental consent for social media.
How does that work?
I would assume it would be similar to how when you put an age thing or when you put in your profile, you put in the age, right? That if you're young enough, there will be a little checkbox that says, you know, I so-and-so allow my child to use this thing, right? Right. Or you'll have to get it sent to a secondary email.
Ooh. Okay.
something like that. Look, at the end of the day, it's not going to matter. Okay. If a kid,
It's not.
because it's the
Yeah.
same thing. It's the same thing. Pause. I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't monitor what your kids intake on social media.
Hmm.
Excuse me. And I'm also not trying to say that it should be limited in any way. But what I am saying is just like, porn websites back in the day, all the kids are going to do is put in a fake age.
Fake
And
birthday.
yeah,
Fake
like
year.
instead of being born in 1985 like I was, they'll just be born in, well, I guess you could use my age as the fake age now, but instead of being born in 2020 or 2015, they'll be born in 28. I can't think.
2000.
1985. There you go. Whatever.
Right. Yeah, it does. Yeah, they can just change the year. No one's who actually checks that. Like,
So,
it's true.
but I
You're
was
gonna get
very
to it
interested.
somehow.
I was very interested to see that stuff like that is happening. Would you want, like, how would you have felt if you could potentially have gotten censored on social media when you were a minor? And remember, minor is like 16-year-old Judy, too.
Oh
Okay.
man, MySpace Judy back in the day.
Exactly. Like, what if you did, like, all the stuff that was happening on your MySpace? What if you had to have gotten your mom's sign off?
Oh man, I bet it wouldn't have even existed, honestly. Like my parents weren't big into the internet thing, so they probably would never sign off on me having any kind of social media. Like, like who are you talking to? My friends? Like, what? Just call them on the phone. Like,
What do you mean you have a top 6? You better have a top 0.
who are these
My
boys?
daughter is not a whore.
Oh my God. Could you imagine? I can't imagine that. So I think MySpace was like our big social media back then, right? Because would you consider AIM? Would that have been a social media, like the chat rooms and stuff?
I
Or
would
like
say
instant messaging your friends? Like,
so. I would say
no, right?
no, only because like you come close with the chat rooms, right, where you could
Mm-hmm.
just go in and meet people, but there was still seclusion
Mm-hmm.
to it. MySpace was the first thing that I can recall that opened it up to the world where anyone could go and find anyone else,
Mm-hmm.
right? With the chat rooms, it's like you had to know where the chat room was. You had to go in at the same time as that person. It was all those
Yeah,
things.
pictures didn't really exist. You don't send
Yeah.
pictures, right?
And
Right,
then with
right.
this one and with MySpace, it was like, oh, we could basically be friends no matter where you are,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
You still didn't make the top 6 though, or top 8 or
Top
5.
8.
Like how many by the time it closed, I feel like you could put 60.
16. Yeah. No, really, I think you could have.
Oh God.
I used to love that. Like I kept it at like 4, and it always usually be like the same 4 people, right? But then sometimes somebody will get like knocked off because you put them as your number 1 because you want to see like your man's or something there.
Oh, you know what you just reminded me of?
What?
A show that Alex and I have been power binging all
Ooh,
week.
okay.
And it's a show I think that you requested I watch.
Okay.
And so I don't know why I keep doing this with my heart. It's like
I'm like,
it's
oh
a
my
very
God, what is it?
this fucking show Perfect Match. I swear to God.
No, we watched Love is Blind, not Perfect
Oh, you
Match.
haven't seen
Sorry.
Perfect Match?
No, not yet.
Oh my God.
Is it with Nick Lachey as the host also?
As
Or
the
no?
only host, yes.
Oh my God, it's him and his wife again?
No, it's just him.
It's just
It's just him. He gives
Damn
off
it, Nick Lachey.
and look, I get it. He's just being himself. He's enjoying his life, right?
Yes.
He gives off creepy neighbor vibes.
He does.
Like he's just like he gives off the vibe. I told Alex this, like he gives off the vibes in that show as the kind of dad who would be a single dad who bangs his daughter's friends.
Okay.
Like
He's just that creepy dad. Like, you know.
I'm just saying.
But
watch.
yeah,
You haven't seen Perfect Match.
no,
so,
not yet. No.
Yeah, so you got to see him, and like you only see him when he's around Vanessa. He's keeping it in a little bit. You got to remember when you're around the wife, you got to look. The reason I'm like this, Alex is not around, and even if she pops in, I make her leave. Right, so it's different. When you're around the wife, though, you have to keep it buttoned up.
Right.
Now, this is him
Yeah.
unfiltered, sort of. I mean, really. How unfiltered can Nick Lachey be? I mean, he's essentially Canadian at this point.
Oh.
What? I just mean that he's like squeaky clean.
He is. No, he is very.
Even though he gives off creeper vibes. Like, yeah, the worst thing he ever did was, divorce Jessica Simpson. Can you believe that they used to be married?
Yes, I tell Keith that all the time. I go, yeah. He's like, I go, don't you remember they had like a show on MTV, like Newlyweds, the whole chicken of the sea. Like,
and he was like, no, I was out fucking.
It's like, no, I think he was a little too old for that at that point.
See, he was out getting some, being a real man. But no, this show, Perfect Match, I mean, it is, you're probably going to watch it, I'm guessing.
Eventually.
So I don't want to
go talk about it. Talk about it. It's
okay.
Fine.
It is for the people who love drama in high school. Because this is all it is.
Okay.
It is literally just people matching with each other and then immediately being like, nah, something better might be right here. I'm going to try this. Bye. Right. So the whole premise of the show is that unlike in that show, Are You the One on MTV, where they actually made people like fill out questionnaires in order to figure out compatibility, right? There was some sort of science going on. This is just, hey, have you been on a Netflix dating show? Do you want to try and date some more? Come on down.
Okay, this is the new one that came out where they grab all the other, like, I wouldn't call them rejects, but like they were on different Netflix shows before.
So I have not actually watched any of the shows, right? I have watched video diaries or whatever, journals or whatever on them on YouTube. So I'm aware of what's happened in a lot of these shows. So I know who some of these people are.
Yes. Okay, because I know what's his face? Bartise is on that show and he's from Love is Blind.
Okay, yeah.
Which is what we've been watching. Like we've been watching all the Love is Blind.
Shane.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember who else is. There's another Love is Blind chick on there.
Is it Cole? Cole? Is it
no, Cole's not on there.
Cole's not
it's also a lot of people from The Circle.
Yeah.
There's a couple people from Too Hot to Handle. There's one chick from 20 something, I had not heard of that show at all.
Okay.
But so literally what happens is you have people that just decide they want to be with somebody, right?
Okay.
And then they do the typical reality show thing where like you do a contest and then based on who wins that contest, it's called the compatibility challenge, right? So the most compatible wins the challenge.
Okay.
And it's challenges like, okay, we asked Bartise 5 questions and you, Abby, have to get them right or wrong.
Okay.
Right? So, and it's stuff like that. So sorry. So when you win, you then get to decide of the uncompatible couples who is going on a date with two new people that you're bringing in, right?
Oh, okay.
So basically, you get a choice of 4 people, and they'll up until a certain week, they are all either men or women, right? Because the point is, at the end of that night, if you're not matched, you're going home.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay. So you'll go on your date, and then that's what I'm saying. Like, this person will go on a date and he'll just be like, you have pretty eyes. Oh my God, he said I had pretty eyes, and this one never said I had pretty eyes. So I'm going to go with the guy who said I had pretty eyes. And then 3 episodes later, it's like, oh man, I really wish I had been with the other guy, because after this guy said I had pretty eyes, he had nothing else to say for the entire time. Like, it is nothing but that.
Oh my God.
There has been not one, but 2 separate people that went in and won the compatibility challenge and then decided to put themselves on a date.
Oh my! Wait,
Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah. So they like were compatible with each other, but they decided to date somebody else.
No, well, sort of, but it's like they won the compatibility challenge, so they were the best couple of that week, right? And then not once, but twice, one of the people, because it was never something that was like, yeah, let's both do this. No. But one of the people chose to basically break up with the other person and go on a date with somebody else.
Oh, really?
Because remember too, if you're only doing boys or girls that are going on dates, like if I'm in a couple with you and you go on a date, like I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. I guess
I'll just stand back here and
chill. Yeah, there's nothing for me.
Because you out hoeing around, but okay, I guess I'll stay here.
There's this one girl, Francesca. Oh my God. All I'm gonna say. Oh man. What a dirty bitch. Like, the way that she's one of those people, and I say this as someone who's only seen her on this edited reality show, right? Yeah. But she seems to be one of those people that if everything is not always 100% perfect, she is looking for the next best thing. Right?
Yeah.
Like, oh God, I could wax poetic about this fucking show.
I need to watch it now just because it was on my list. Like, I love the drama. I've mentioned Love is Blind before. And like, if you like drama, you should watch that. And also The Ultimatum. I feel like those.
The thing though is that I don't know if I like the drama. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm here for the drama.
Yeah.
As much, don't get me wrong, the drama is part of it, but as much I think I'm just like, I can't believe that these people are doing this to each other. So maybe that is the drama. I don't know. 6 in one hand, but yeah. Well, I know The Ultimatum is, oh man, where it's like marry me or GTFO.
Yeah. All right, not GTFO in a sense, but they date the other people who are the other couples who decided they don't want to get married. Yes.
Oh,
and they actually live together for six weeks or some crazy like that.
Okay.
With the other person's man or woman.
Right.
Wild. That's a good one. That one was a little messy because then there were a lot of rumors like, oh, did they actually have sex with each other? Like, yeah. Of
course they did.
They're like,
look, everyone who after watching Perfect Match, I've determined every single one of these people,
all of them have sex with each other.
They are literally just actors trying to get discovered in Hollywood. Okay, there was one guy who was on a reality show called The Mole, right?
Okay.
The new one for Netflix. And he said, now granted, he was very drunk when he said this, right? But he said to somebody, oh, you're from Australia? I just got done filming there. or filming my show, filming a series there or something like that, right?
Yeah.
He was a contestant on a reality show, and that's how he referred to it. There's no way you're telling me that these are not just gigs for these people, and they can also get their noodle wet at the same time.
It's true. And they do get paid for this, like a decent amount, because they have to sign contracts and everything and NDAs and, you know.
I mean, we have no idea how much they actually make, so it could a decent amount.
I wish I knew.
Yeah,
I wish I knew,
it could
because
be like $37.
I don't think it's like that. I don't think it's that.
You don't know, but you don't know. You can't just. We don't know the SAG rules, especially on streaming. Okay.
And also, if you think about it, like, okay, when we started watching Love Is Blind, they had to quit their jobs to go on this reality show. Like,
they
what?
did.
Yes, they mentioned that. They're like, oh, I had to like leave my job for the 6 weeks that they have to do this. So you have to watch Love Is Blind because they live in a pod. And they leave work. They have to leave their jobs for 6 weeks to go do this show.
So we will talk a little bit more about this in a second. We got to take a quick break. Thank you guys for listening to A Conversation with Judy and Ryan.
Yeah, I'm about to go get my
water. Go get your water. All right, welcome back to A Conversation with Judy and Ryan. Oh, man. You guys don't understand the pressure Judy puts on me sometimes. You really don't. Because the way our setup is right now is that we don't actually know when the video is going to cut off. It tells us, it starts at 10 minutes. It gives us a nice second by second countdown. But as soon as you hit a minute, it just says less than a minute left. And then you're just like, okay, let's just see what this little game of Russian roulette goes. And then Judy is over here just going on. And I get it. I'm not saying she shouldn't. The show sounds very interesting, but going on.
I can't see the timer. I'm sorry.
And on about Love Is Blind. And I'm just sitting here like, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this. I'm just gonna, as soon as she stops talking, I'm gonna be like, that's a conversation with that.
Yes, and I don't understand Zoom where it tells us recording in progress. Like, bitch, why can't you tell us recording will be ending in 10? Like, she could do a little countdown or something.
Do you want me to give you like a signal? Like, do you want me to start doing jazz hands when there's 60 seconds left? Da 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 da.
But that reminds me,
my hands are pretty.
Yeah, you have nice hands. Did you just get a manicure?
No, I haven't. I've had like 4 manicures my entire life.
I mean, that's okay. That's no shame in that. There's no shame in that. I try to do my husband's nails, so
here's the thing. I wouldn't mind so much if Alex wanted to do my fingernails,
like clean them up,
huh?
Clean it up a little bit.
No. Yeah, I get that. I'm saying, like, I wouldn't mind. The issue is that she's always going like for my feet, and I don't get down with feet. Okay, and it's not. I don't mind her feet, but I don't want anyone touching my feet.
Fair. It's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but for whatever reason, she's like obsessed. She's like, you need cuticle oil. I'm going to put cuticle oil on your toes.
On your toes?
Yeah, like on my toenails. Like, that's where I need the cuticle oil. I'm like, no, you're not. You back up. I'm gonna bop you.
Back up.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is my personal space. The law is within my right.
So wait, she tried to play footsies with you, like, we guys are trying to sleep, like, that's a big no.
No, that's fine. It's I don't know, man. It's more just like, I don't want someone's hands on my feet. Look, I get it. It's a weird thing that I have.
No, it's fine. I was just very curious. So like, like no touching feet at all. No feet to feet contact either, bitch. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna kick you.
It's like 3 in the morning.
You like this?
I felt someone touch my foot. What's up? Are we going? Are we going? Is that what's up? You know the rules, bitch.
Exactly. It could be like that. I don't know.
No, it's not that bad.
Okay.
It's just, I don't know. And I think honestly, it's one of those things like I've always had such a low disposition of myself, which I don't know why. Look at this mane. God, it slapped me in the face. I feel like I'm Piper Perry. Anyway, so I think I've always had such a low disposition of myself that obviously by proxy my feet must have been gross, and if my feet are gross, then why would I want anyone to ever touch them?
Mm-hmm.
Is where I believe it comes from. Maybe I'm just a big old sissy pants. I don't know.
No, I'm sure there's plenty of people who don't like their feet touched. So it's not just you.
Get in the comments. You like your feet touched? You not liking your feet touched? How you feel?
But like, you don't mind touching Alex's feet. Like she says, babe, give me foot rubs. Like you'll rub her feet, right?
I mean, no, because I'm fucking lazy.
Okay, but just because you're lazy doesn't mean that you don't want to touch her feet. But like, if you weren't lazy, would you touch her feet?
No, because that's gross. You don't. No, I'm just kidding.
What? I was like, where are you going with this? So you just say you don't like feet. Damn.
No, like I'll give her a foot rub every now and then. Yeah, I'll put it this way though. I'll give her a foot rub, and while this has never happened, I will also not hesitate to tell her, yo, your feet smell like nacho cheese Doritos right now.
Good.
Yeah. Which one time I was in a room with this is like 15 years ago, right?
Oh my God, that was gonna be about Alex. I was like, watch what you say.
15 years ago, right?
Okay.
And I was in a room with this person, and they had just come in from outside, so they took their shoes off. And I swear to God, the entire room smelled like nacho cheese Doritos as soon as he took his shoes off. It was the gross. Like, oh God. Oh. And then like it was so bad that I don't remember why. I think because I didn't have my shoes off specifically. I remember that. And I think the reason was because I came inside, but I plan on going right back outside.
Mm-hmm.
But it was so bad. And this is also pre-smoking weed. I got nervous that my feet stank that bad. I was like, is that me? My shoes are on, but I'm still not sure. Oh God.
Yeah. Oh, duh.
So
thank you, Pete.
That was fun. Was fun.
No thanks.
Did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about with Love Is Blind? I know that it seemed like
I started going ham on that. I had a lot to say. I
don't want you to feel like you were cut off in any way.
No, it's okay. I stopped watching the most recent season that they just dropped, but I think they're supposed to drop the next season like tomorrow. And I'm like, oh my God. I might have to try to check it out. But it's different. Like I feel like this is the only thing I'll say about it. You can tell the difference between the people who started in the first season, like that cast, and the newer cast. Like they know what to expect type of thing because they probably watched the previous seasons before. So it's like not as genuine. Like I'm like, okay.
Can we just say Netflix is essentially becoming the VH1 of its time? Like remember VH1 in the early aughts, so like late aughts, early teens. Sorry, right?
Okay.
So when they had all of the reality shows, when it wasn't about like pop music from the mid 90s or whatever.
Okay,
Dumb
you're
videos
you're
like
not
that.
talking about like the VH1, like
I'm not talking
behind the
about VH1
music,
Classic.
right?
No,
You're
I'm
talking
not.
about
No,
like
no, no, no. Not even VH1 behind the
Flavor
music.
Flav
Yeah,
era
I'm
of
talking about
VH1.
Flavor of Love.
A shot of love and tequila.
I love New York.
Wait, a shot of love and tequila. Tila Tequila was on MTV.
She was on one of them.
But yeah.
It was nothing but debauchery.
Yeah.
Because then what they did is they took
Rock
all
of
these
Love.
Rock of Love,
Yes.
Daisy of Love. Because then what they did is they took all of these contestants from all these dating shows, they put them on reality TV shows in which they were now competing.
Oh man, I didn't think about it that way, but now that you mention it, you're right.
It's just an end. Because also think about it like this, and I get it, they got some decent stuff going on, but really, what are you watching Netflix for right now? Is it for their extensive movie library?
Sure is not.
Exactly. we are watching for the smut of reality television. We want to watch stuff just grimy enough that we can feel superior to people, but not so grimy that it needs to be on like, one of the off-brand streaming sites.
Right.
Like as soon as you can't get picked up by like a Netflix or a Hulu, we don't want to be around.
But isn't this kind of similar to TLC where they did so many spin-offs of 90 Day Fiance? There's like 90 Day or pre-90 Day Fiance.
Right.
And then there's like the 90 Day Fiance abroad. Like
so you're 1,000% right in all of that, but the difference is that VH1 was specifically going for debauchery.
Yeah,
right, and
yes.
that's what the show is called. Too Hot to Handle. I mean, if there's any doubt that because I mean, I feel like it's pretty cut and dry for whether you okay.
Sorry, my work phone kept going off. I was like, what is all these emails? Like there's 100 notifications.
People, I am off.
Oh my God. Okay, sorry.
But for anyone who forgot about the point or the what they were going for with Flavor of Love, he got to name all of his potential dates. How objectifying is that? Bitch, you don't even get a name. Your name is now Hoops or Pumpkin.
I never watched this, so I
York.
don't know. But okay.
I watched every episode. I'm not gonna lie. With Flavor of Love specifically, I fell off in season 3. There were 3 seasons total of that. But honestly, I think he ended up with his baby mom at the end of that season anyway. So. Okay. And that that was the worst season because they were twins, but not one but 2 chicks were named Thing.
Oh,
yeah, Thing 1 and Thing 2.
He did it.
He did.
Ew.
One of them made it to the final. But I mean, is it really making it to the final if neither person wins because he goes back with his baby mama? I don't know. These are the things that I don't get paid to be an executive producer in Hollywood. Okay, these are things that are above my pay grade. Oh God.
Yeah.
So was there anything you wanted to talk about? I feel like
nothing in particular. No, I mean
nothing in particular. Okay.
Nothing in particular.
I have something I want to ask you about though. Sure the hell do. Sure do.
Ask away.
I brought this up on Twitter to you today.
What?
Did you see it? Did you see it? You didn't see it.
Right now? Sorry,
I did it earlier, not now.
I think I retweeted you, did I not?
I don't know. But either way, you tweeted about Ezekiel Elliott possibly going to the Eagles.
How funny would it be? Yes, I did see. I ignored you because you said, haha, not as funny as when you played center for your team.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
What?
Moving on.
What? I think that was a very apt answer. Okay. How do you feel? Oh, it's a real man.
I was wondering why you didn't come in this way. Oh, he's not
He
listening.
said, he said, fuck
He's
you.
not
I'm a real
listening.
man. I don't got, oh, there he is. There he is. He's
Okay.
like, you still ain't gonna look at me? Fuck you. I'm out. I gotta go kill something and eat it while its
Okay.
blood runs
Okay.
down my face.
You're so crazy.
What? He's a real.
Anyways,
He lives in
yes.
Texas. He's a real man.
So back to Zeke.
Oh yeah. How would you
playing
feel
center.
if he played with the Eagles?
I don't care.
Right?
I
Like
just like I have no hard feel. I don't know. It's just not it doesn't affect me as I think it would affect like other fans or something.
so. One, would it affect you if it was Zeke from 3 years ago?
Maybe.
Like,
Maybe
let's say Zeke that got the new contract, right? Like, if
right.
instead of getting the new contract, he doesn't sign and then he gets to go to the Eagles.
Yeah, that one would have probably hurt more because you
That
knew
would
he was
okay.
like, but
So
now
what you're saying is since he sucks now,
he's not
you don't
as
care if he
good.
goes somewhere else because it's not going to be that bad against you. You're basically doing what the Eagles did to Donovan McNabb when they sent him to the Washington at the time Redskins.
Right.
Right? Yeah. Where he just, in division, they traded him. It's like, well, he sucks now, so it's fine.
I mean, it's kind of similar to when DeMarco Murray he got released and went to the Eagles.
Well, that's one of the things that I wanted to bring up is that it's actually, if you look at what happens, it seems anyway, very common for when a team releases a longtime veteran for another team in that division to pick him up.
Yes, I have noticed that trend.
Because the ones that I've seen it with that I can remember off the top of my head, we saw Richard Sherman when he went from Seattle to San Francisco. We saw it with Bobby Wagner. He went from Seattle to LA. You mentioned DeMarco Murray. I feel like we've seen it other times too. I should have prepared a little better.
T.O. went from like the Niners to the Eagles to the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean T.O. Well, yeah, no, T.O.'s kind of a bastard for that one. Because T.O. did to the Eagles what we were talking about Zeke doing to the Cowboys. We're like, it's time for that second contract. I know that's different timeline because T.O. was like a guy for so long. Yeah. But no, he was still heavily in his prime. And it basically like what the Ravens might be doing to Lamar.
Yeah.
Where a dude in his prime is just there's gonna be like, I can't make it work, bro. Oh man.
Sorry. But
I think that that Alex's sister is working at a dog grooming place.
Okay.
That launders money. I think it's a front.
Okay.
For like some kind of drug smuggling operation.
Sure.
Let's check this out, okay? She gets to work 4 10-hour shifts of just taking inbound calls and then telling people where to go she works at a mobile dog grooming place, right?
Yeah.
So she sends out the mobile dog groomers, or as I like to call them, the connects, right?
Yeah.
And she schedules them for the grooming appointment. And that's it. And she makes damn near $20 an hour.
Okay.
And gets paid weekly.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
No. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm saying all these things sound a little too good to be true. Like the job is super easy, but it pays super well. She gets an awesome schedule and she gets paid out weekly. Like, I don't know. Usually, if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, quack, quack.
I thought you were going to say something like, Oh, so I used to be a bank teller, so we were supposed to learn the different scenarios to watch out for money laundering, whatever. The most popular one in Las Vegas was, oh, the ice cream man gives you this, he deposits the same amount of money, but then during the wintertime, it spikes a little suspiciously. During the colder months, why is, that's a little, you got to report that. Like, okay.
Wait. Question. Where were you a teller at?
Bank of America.
Oh, okay. Okay. So everybody, Bank of America profiles. I think that's what we've learned today.
Why did you say it like that?
Because you're like, we learned to pay attention to who was doing what. And if that ice cream man came in and it was cold outside, but he brought in a fresh stack of hundreds, we knew something was up. Ain't nobody buying ice cream right now.
Sure. Let's just say it. Just say you gotta watch yourself.
or maybe the ice cream man diversified his funds and he just had a windfall of cash. We don't know. But y'all be profiling. What color was the ice cream man?
We don't discriminate by color.
What?
We don't discriminate by color. We discriminate by money. Okay. Whatever's green that comes through our way.
We only discriminate by green. That's the only color.
This much green, it's not a lot.
We all discriminate.
Man, I loved working at it. I was a really good bank teller, but
really,
it got to a point where bank telling became all about sales, like trying to get people to open credit cards when you knew they shouldn't be opening credit cards. Like, bro, you have negative $10 overdraft fees, and now I have to push to get you a credit card because that's all that matters to the companies.
Isn't it fun when you have to talk to somebody about how they are like in debt on something, and then your boss at the same time wants you to try and sell them something?
Yes. Aww. Every time. I'm like, have you seen their transactions? And that's the thing, like it. Oh, and
Judy, excuse me. Why isn't that? Why did Fred over there not get a Bank of America credit card?
Yeah, because it pops up in your account. So I don't know if you ever knew what happens on the other side when you're like at a bank. But it pops up.
What
on
do
your
I
account.
Profile as a bank robber that I know what's going on the other side of the bulletproof glass?
I don't know. You said you don't write checks, and there's no reason for you to go to a bank. I don't know.
Exactly. So why would I know what's going on?
That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know.
Why would I? Why? Maybe I do. Why? Why? Is it because I profile as someone who would know?
No.
Like I walk into the bank and you're like, you got to watch this guy.
Yes,
someone who knows.
He's gonna try to cash some funny checks. Okay.
Oh God.
No, but anyway.
Shit! It's Lord Clown Boy again.
Oh no. Anyway, so when you come to a bank, you swipe your card, whatever, your profile pops up, and so at the end of the transaction, when we close out your transaction, there'll be like a little pop-up saying like, oh, they might qualify for a credit card, or they might qualify for a new bank loan. Like, why am I trying to get more people into debt that don't want
That's the American way. That's the American way, man. Look, it happened over at Wells Fargo.
Yeah.
Where, they got popped because they were opening, checking and savings accounts for people that did not want them and did not know they were getting them.
And
so
yeah, because it was all about the numbers and how many accounts you open and how many blah blah blahs. I'm like, that's just not for me anymore. So
it's so weird that no matter what walk of life you're in, everything boils down to almost having to sell. Because like even when I was working at a grocery store as a courtesy clerk, so the people who would go and get the carts and pack your groceries and stuff, they would still ask us to be like, hey, yeah, you need to take these frozen pizzas and walk up and down the aisle and sell them to people.
Right.
Like, bro, come on. It's incredible to me
Yeah.
how these are the decisions that are getting put out there. But I mean, like at the end of the day, I understand why it would produce more numbers, but to turn something like a bank teller into a salesperson is preposterous in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same thing. Like, it's one of the things I hate about my job. I hate the fact that I have to be a jack of all trades, and I have to be a retention guy and a sales guy and a customer service guy and an accounting guy and a personal secretary guy. Like, I just want to be able to do like maybe 3 things,
Right.
But that's the world I live in. So
It's
speaking of the world I live in though,
Yeah.
and work, because I'm not going to get depressed about thinking about work, but not bring up this story.
Oh, yes. Loves new stories from your workplace.
So I was talking to my coworker again, Mr. Pam or Pan, and we're talking about relationships and stuff like that. And he's talking about his wife, and he's been with his wife since high school, I believe. Right? So first love, all that kind of stuff. And he's talking to me about it though, and he tells me that he doesn't know if he could allow himself to not be with his wife because he doesn't want anyone else to be with her.
Wait, can you repeat that? It's just so I can make sure I heard you correctly.
Like, rather than divorce his wife, because I'm not saying that he's thinking about divorcing, but it was one of those days he came in. It's obvious that they had been arguing about stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he said, he's like, yeah, I don't know if I would be able to divorce her because I can't see her with anyone else. No, I'm sorry. I don't want to see her with anyone else.
So that's why I don't want to divorce her. Even though I
won't divorce her because I will be damned if she gets to be with anyone else.
I don't like that.
Right? I was like, there's and I kind of, I don't like it, but I kind of understand it from the perspective of if you are we lost Judy. I can't keep going with the story of what I'm talking about.
I'm here. I just have to like blow my nose. So don't.
You gotta warn somebody. I don't know.
You're in the middle of the story.
Exactly. I'm taking grenades. I'm like, I don't want you to.
I'm still here. I didn't mute myself.
Oh, okay. I got scared. Okay, I got very scared.
Sorry. It's allergy season, These allergies will be the death of me.
Take some Claritin and call it a day. It's fine.
I don't have any right now.
So he's talking about his he said that. Oh, sorry. I have another part that I want to get to regarding him. But yeah, I understand it from the perspective of that's his only person he's ever been in love with, right? Mm-hmm. So it's hard for me to understand it, but I there's a sliver of light in there that I get where he's coming from. So
how does this just come up in conversation though?
bro, people are like willing to share anything with me, man. You give me like, honestly, if I'm on, you give me 45 minutes and maybe one beer or one joint with them, and they will be telling me like all of the weird shit. All of it. I'm very inviting.
Okay? No, I understand. Yeah.
You get wrapped in, and look, I'm not even trying when I'm at work. I'm just, I also think part of it, I really do, is that most people have to deal with so many dickheads all day
Mm-hmm.
that they don't want to ask anyone any questions, right?
Right.
Because like honestly, think about it when you get home. What's normally the first thing that happens if you're one of those couples like myself and Alex who go straight home after work? You go home and
Mm-hmm.
you vent, right?
Yes. Yes.
So, but you vent to the person that you can trust, that you know, that you love, right?
Right.
But then if you are trying to get to know someone outside of there, maybe you don't want to get to know them, actually, is my point, because oh man, I've dealt with so many dicks back in the day. I honestly just want my day to be nice and simple and easy. And so now you're not as willing to talk to new people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now when someone finally does, and look, I'm not saying that I'm a master interviewer, right? But like when someone shows interest in one of those ways that I often find myself doing,
Right.
it's like people are like, oh, release the valve. You know?
Yeah.
So
It's just funny because that happens to me, and I get like I'm a very bubbly person when I'm at work. Like, very inviting. Please come over, talk to me, say hi, whatever. I would enjoy conversations, whatever. But sometimes people just start like going on. And then, at the end, they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry to vent to you." I'm like, "No, it's fine." But like, I didn't think I wasn't prepared for you to vent to me like that.
bro,
So now I'm like looking at you a little weird, but thanks.
exactly. Exactly. So carrying on, I said to him, I was like, well, maybe it sounds like you guys would benefit from like some kind of counseling. And he goes, yeah, I thought of that too. I brought it up. Sorry, he didn't say it like that. I'm just,
Yeah. Right, right,
I
right.
thought of that too. I brought it up. And she looked at me with dead eyes.
Like, how dare you suggest we go see
Oh my
counseling?
God. Look, but that's how he said it too. Like, think about that. If someone described you as looking at them with dead eyes, I can't imagine I can't imagine Alex having zero life in her eye,
Right.
even if it's I want to rip your dick off, you piece of shit.
That's
Even
still
if
an
it's like
emotion.
that,
Right.
it's still a fun. Yeah, but just like I think we should go to a counselor and work on our relationship. I think it would be beneficial. Dead.
I was hoping you did. Okay. That was perfect. Oh, that was perfect. Screenshot that one, please. Great.
Hey, I've been doing the TikTok, so I'm gonna try, and I've been doing all the clippings and
That
stuff,
has to
so I'm gonna
be
keep trying that.
our cover for
Oh
Dead
man,
Eye.
God! But no, he said that to me. Just honestly, this is gonna sound kind of fucked up, but too bad. I'm glad that I heard that. I'm not glad he's in that position, but I am glad that I heard that because honestly, it reminded me of how fortunate I am to be in the situation that I am with Alex.
Mhm.
I know that I give her a lot of shit and that I play that up a lot, but she really is amazingly perfect for me in so many different ways. And I'm very fortunate to have her. So it's nice because look, in any relationship, you go through those moments where even if for the briefest of moments you have like an internal conflict where it's like, oh my God, am I doing the right thing? Do I want to be with this person? Blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
But then you hear about people that are actually unhappy,
Right.
right? And like unhappy to the point where it's like, I've thought about divorce, but I don't want to see that bitch with anyone else. Oh, it makes you realize how lucky. And look, this is also coming from someone who's divorced, right?
Mhm.
I'm divorced and I still need to see things to show me how fortunate I am in the relationship that I'm in.
Yeah. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Like
No,
sometimes
yeah.
it's nice to be reminded, like, wow, we do have it pretty good.
Oh God. Oh, he also said, I'm gonna say this real quick. This is it's the same person but different thing.
Fucking
For whatever
Pam.
reason, he reminds me of like, did you ever see Breaking Bad?
No.
Okay,
I
so
saw the
Breaking
first
Bad.
episode.
Okay, so you know, Breaking Bad is about a high school chemist that becomes a drug dealer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, he seems like after, and spoiler alert for Breaking Bad, a show that ended 70 years ago. But at the end of it, Walter White dies. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
But like in a world where he didn't die and also wasn't as old, this guy that I work with is like after is like the Walter White after the show, right? Because every now and then, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that he is a intellectually inferior. God, I feel like a douche saying that. I don't want to. I don't want to say that he's dumb, right?
Yeah.
Because he
But
talks. No. Because he talks normally. He doesn't use big words to sound important like I do, right? But he talks normal, but like normal. And then whenever we're talking about shrooms or weed or anything, he uses the medical terms. He's saying like with shrooms, he's like psilocybin and he's barbiturates and all these
oh,
other things, right?
yeah.
And I'm just like, bro, you got a pass. You Walter White after the show. How else you know all this stuff? Right. So I asked him though, I said, how do
Yeah.
you know? Like, it's like you're Walter White. And he goes, well, when I was a kid, I had this neighbor.
Oh my God. That's all you had to say. That's
Exactly.
just stop there.
When
Don't
oh man,
continue, please.
when I was a kid, I had this neighbor. No, I mean like honestly, the neighbor was like a pharmacist
Oh,
and they
fair.
just talked or whatever. But just the way that he delivered this line, like when I was a kid, I had this neighbor. I was like, oh God.
It's like, yeah, I live next to Walter White. Like,
I work next to him. Okay. So that's
oh,
work's going really great.
love it. I love
Really,
it.
really great.
You know what? It's all right. I had one of my old coworkers, she left.
You guys are hiring?
No, they never replaced her position because they just piled it on me. Honestly, I don't want to get into that right now because still. Anyways, I found out like her daughter has like three baby daddies, right? And I go, how does this even come up in conversation at a workplace? But I found out all her secrets and she just aired out all their laundry at work. I'm like, damn, girl. And she's like, yeah, now like they all have to live with us, like her and my grandsons, because she can't afford plays. I'm like, lady, this is not appropriate. But you know what? I'm gonna listen because I'm sure you just need to talk to somebody about it. That's not your family member.
See, but that's part of it too, though, is like, and don't get me wrong, I'm there with you. They're sharing, and I'm getting some kind of joy out of it. Like I was laughing my ass off while he was telling me all this stuff.
Right.
So there's part of us that want it too.
Yeah.
Like we don't want the weird stuff. Like we wish we could get the weird stuff without having to get into it with that person.
Yeah.
We just want to show up to the restaurant and get the steak. We don't want to actually butcher the cow. But no, this is the real world.
Yeah.
Where the only way to get the good gossip is by getting in there and getting weird.
You get really weird.
God. Just look at somebody with dead eyes.
Oh man, I think that's our show, right?
Yeah, that's got to be it right there. Please make sure. You know what I got to start doing? I got to start saying to like, share, and subscribe at the beginning of the video. I want to start doing that.
Okay.
But yeah, please remember, like, share, and subscribe. Check us out on all of the audio platforms. Google, Spotify, Amazon,
Apple Music, or Apple Podcasts, sorry.
If you want to check out the video form for free, youtube.com/take a breath or tabpod at tabpod everywhere. I'm just going to keep talking.
Tabpod. I just wanted to mention your hashtags. You have a conversation with Ryan and Judy and not Judy and Ryan. And I don't know if you noticed that, but like you
really of all the things in the hashtag, that's what you bring up.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'd be putting in work on them, and
it's like the first one.
Lucky we have less than a minute. So I'm just gonna say thank you so much for listening or watching a conversation with Judy and Ryan. Judy, it's not finished. We'll bring us up next week.
Bye. Bye.